Chapter 32 is about the salon business and the objectives that you'll know by the end of this chapter. You'll be able to identify 2 options for going into business for yourself, understand the responsibilities of a booth renter, list the basic factors to be considered when opening a salon. You'll need to know the types of salon ownership, information included in a business plan, the importance of record keeping, elements of a successful salon operation, selling services and products, and why is that a vital aspect of a salon's success. Booth rent responsibilities. So when you booth rent, you're an independent contractor. You work for yourself, but you rent a space in somebody's salon. So as a booth renter, you're responsible for building and maintaining your own clientele, paying a flat fee each week or monthly for rent, keeping records for your clients, what colors they use, and then keeping records as far as like your expenses and stuff for taxes, maintaining insurance, using your own phone system. So your clients will have your cell phone number. Most places now don't have a landline. You're responsible for collecting your service fees. Those are when you process cards through Square, they take a certain percentage of each transaction. You're responsible for keeping up with your supplies, color, products. You're responsible for maintaining your own inventory. You're responsible for your own advertising and offering incentives to your clients. And you're responsible for paying to advance your education. You're responsible for working independently. You're responsible for coming in when you have clients scheduled and taking care of them. And you're responsible for adhering to state laws and regulations. Why is keeping records important? Well, any kind of record. So if Mia comes in and I do a 4 in on her roots and I don't write it down and I just guess, next time I'm not gonna, her colors aren't gonna match, right? So you'll know what your clients use. A good thing to write down any allergens or anything they may have. But keeping records is good for your taxes. It's good for maintaining your inventory, making sure that you don't run out of anything or overstock of anything. And I wanted to talk to you about service fees. I will show you all how much I pay in a year through Square, like what I'm responsible for, which they automatically just take it out. But that's something to keep in mind when you go into business for yourself. Shop around and see which card process company you want to use.
And I was going to ask, like, how often do you take like a continuous education class?
I try to do something every year. Yeah. Cosmo is real good to have those classes. Like they have them every few months. Go ahead.
How do you like keep record of that?
Sometimes they'll give you like a certificate, or it's just part of it's knowing that you took it and you know you advance your skills. But a lot of the ones that you pay to take, they will give you a certificate that you can hang up there.
Because you have to take those to like keep up with your lessons.
In North Carolina you do. In Virginia you don't, which I really think in Virginia you should. But I know in North Carolina you do.
Like what else can you make those for, like the board, or like I'm just confused on
I believe in North Carolina you have to have so many hours like every 2 years.
Yeah.
And there's like a place where you can go online and submit proof of it, I'm sure. And they'll have to get their companies approved through North Carolina State Board. Yeah. So it's important that you all know what the laws and regulations are according to what state you have, just like what you brought up. North Carolina requires you to do continuing ed. And it's important to keep in mind too that different states, cosmetologists can do different things. Like in North Carolina, the class you all are in, as a cosmetologist, you all will be able to straight razor. At the end of the month, we'll no longer be taking students under that curriculum. So, but North Carolina, you could straight razor as a cosmetologist. When opening your own salon, you'll need a vision statement, and that's the long-term picture of what you want to happen or what goals you want to achieve while you have your salon. Your mission statement is your description of services, the market serviced, your services offered, products, things like that. And then your goals. Goals are the benchmarks to help you realize your mission and vision statements. So, starting your own business, and even if you don't immediately go into business for yourself, if you like how you're wanting to go to work at the dry bar, you can still create like a business timeline for yourself. And I think we do this last week?
Mm-hmm.
The 1 year.
Did you see our papers?
Okay, well, we'll talk about it. So, create a business timeline. Where do you see yourself a year from now, in 2 to 5 years, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, and 20 plus? Think about the business feasibility. Is the area and services that you want to offer, is it achievable where we live in our economic times, things like that? Are you going to have to move? Are you going to have to do men's haircuts and build your clientele up until you can offer other services? Think about your business name. Location is important. Here we're located in a shopping center, but if I wanted to open a salon where I live on Bull Hill, it would be horrible because one, my driveway's bad, and two, people don't want to travel out of the way to get to it. Written agreements, that is like if you go into business with somebody else, make sure that you have everything documented and signed. Know your business regulations and laws. Keep up with your insurance, and set forth like the way you want the business to operate. There's record keeping again. Decide what policies that you want to enforce, and then a list of, or use useful resources like the county website, DPOR. There's different places you can go online to get like business plan templates and stuff like that, and even meeting with an attorney is a good idea.
And with insurance, if we do booth rental, will we have to have insurance, or will let the salon owners?
So when you do booth rent, you are considered an independent contractor. So you're your own business owner in somebody else's salon. So you'd need to carry like professional liability if something happened and you cut somebody's ear off.
Yeah.
So another thing too, which it kind of touches on it, like the different types of ownership. LLC is a limited liability corporation. That's what I got when I started my salon, and then when I bought the school, I changed over to an S corp. So different types of ownership. Individual, the proprietor is the owner and manager. So you are the owner and manager. You determine the policies, and you receive the profits, and you bear all losses. So Addie's responsible, Frankie's responsible, me is responsible. A partnership is 2 or more parties. There's more capital available because there's more people who are investing. You have ability and experience combined. The profits are shared and the losses are also shared. Corporation, the capital is raised by issuing stock. The stockholders own their own interests. Corporate formalities are required. Income tax is limited to the salary, and unemployment insurance is required. And then another type of ownership is franchise ownership. The franchisor is the existing successful business, and the franchisee is the party who contracts with the franchisor for the use of the name, brand, and policies. So, Great Clips in this area is franchised by, I can't remember, their last name's Gardner. But they buy into the Sport Clips Corporation to use their name, brand, and policies. Alright, so your business plan, here are some things that it should include. An executive summary. An executive summary is the first section of your business plan, but it's usually written last. It's a clear, concise overview of your entire business plan so that the readers of it, your lenders, investors, or partners can understand what your business is, how it works, and why you want them to partner with you. You'll include a vision and mission statement, organizational plan, marketing plans and strategies, financial documents, supporting documents, and then your salon policies. If you decide to purchase an existing salon, you'll want to do a financial audit to determine the value of it. You'll want a written purchase or sales agreement and a signed statement of inventory. An investigation into any of their loan defaults, so if they've defaulted on any loans or anything. Confirmed identity of the owners, use of the salon's name and reputation, disclosure of client information, if they want you to sign a non-compete agreement, or if you want them, the previous owners, to sign one. And then if you have employees, employee agreements. Drawing up a lease. So if you're leasing a salon, they will list the exempt equipment and fixtures that are separate from the lease. You agree on necessary renovations, and then you clarify the option to sublease. So if you're leasing a salon from somebody, it's kind of like how I'm renting this building off of our landlord. I'm renting it, and then if I have booth renters, I'm subleasing to them. And if I'm subleasing your station to you, you pay however much a week. That's your area, and my lash fee off limits. See what I'm saying? Protecting your business. One of the most obvious ways to protect your business is to keep the premise secure and locked. Carry insurance on it. Know the laws and sanitary codes. What we've been preaching the whole time. This book. Keep everything clean and sanitized, because that protects you from a lawsuit. And then here we go again with keep accurate records. Keep accurate records for your clients so you know what they use and what to do for them. And then keep accurate records of like your purchase history and stuff for your taxes. And so you can see where your money's going. For business operation, you'll need to have an excellent business sense. And that comes with, you learn stuff every day being a business owner. Knowledge of sound business principles, and then some examples of business principles are providing real value, know your clients, keep your costs low and your cash flow positive, build repeatable systems, have exceptional customer experiences, embrace improvement, manage time like it's a resource, plan and maintain integrity and trust, adapt to change, market consistently, and protect your finances. So when people come in here to get their hair cut or get their hair colored, we want them to know that they're coming to get a good haircut and they're going to be satisfied with their color when they go out. When I say know your clients, what I mean is build a rapport with them, build a relationship with them. Keep your costs low and your cash flow positive. With the increase of everything lately, it's kind of hard to do that, but I mean, we do what we can. But when the cost of our supplies increase, it gets passed on to our clients. Repeatable systems, so when I'm checking somebody out, I just automatically rebook them. That's a repeatable system. Just when they're leaving, ask them when they want to come back. I really don't give them an option. Like if it's a lash client, I say 2 or 3 weeks. If it's a hair client, 4, 6, 8 weeks. Exceptional customer experience. Just make sure that they have a good experience while they're in here. A lot of people come to get their hair done to relax and kind of get away from everything. Try not to talk to them about their job. Embrace improvement. If anything makes your job easier to do, or makes the results better, that's always a plus. Manage time like a resource, because it is. You need to look at your time like your time's money. If you're sitting here or if you're sitting in a salon not doing anything, you're not making any money. So if you've got downtime, it's a good time for you to work on like marketing strategies and things like that. Plan ahead, and that's just part of managing your time too. Maintain integrity and trust. You want to make sure that you're the type of person that people want to work with and that people want to come see in a salon. Adapt to change, because in this industry especially, it changes constantly. Market consistently. Share your posts on Facebook, Instagram, and then protect your finances. And that goes back to the last chapter. It's good to have a financial advisor. Good business management. Investment capital is the money that you use to start your business with. Efficiency of management, how good or how bad your management is. Use good business procedures. Make sure you have strong computer skills and proper pricing. Manager and employee cooperation. You want to hire experienced personnel, and you want to provide excellent customer service. Allocation of funds. That means when your money comes in, where does it go? So you want to keep a list of your average expenses, and again, it goes back to record keeping. So say every month I spend $1,500 on supplies. If I know that it's around that, and then I go and have to order $2,000 worth of stuff next month, I know that there's something going on. Or if I don't have to order as much, I know that we need to get out and market more because we're not doing as much color. Purchase records, again, with the record keeping. Helps you maintain your inventory, prevents overstock and shortages, monitors pilfering, and it establishes a net worth of your business. So if I were to sell my business now, I would use all my purchase records to show everything that I've bought, from the stations, the mirrors, our color in the back, our nail stuff. Supplies, so consumption is our supplies and products that are used every day in the salon business. And then retail is what's sold to clients. So our consumption is our color, our shampoo, our back bar stuff that we use, and then the retail is what we sell. Here we go again with more record keeping. So service records, you want to keep records of all treatments in retail that your clients have done and that they purchased. Used to, they had client consultation cards. Now, in our online booking system and where everybody does everything from their phone. Before I started using Gloss, I would enter in my client's phone number and save it as a contact, but then I would put in the notes of their contact, the color, developer, and how much of it we used. If it was a lash client, I would put the lash map and the style that they did, and what curl and size lashes they used. Some tips for operating a successful salon. You want to plan a layout. Where are your hair stations? Where is your shampoo bowls? Where is your dryer chairs? Where do you wax eyebrows at? Where's your break room? You'd want to hire skilled and educated personnel. And that doesn't mean you would want to hire somebody it doesn't mean that you wouldn't want to hire somebody straight out of school. But if they are straight out of school, you'd want to kind of test their skills and see what they know, what they need help with. Properly managing the front desk, that's where you make your appointments and all that, the reception area. Efficiently using the telephone and effectively advertising. So in a salon layout, it helps control your flow and the volume of your services. You want to make sure that you have adequate space and a spacious, inviting retail area. And when you're hiring people, here's some considerations that you need to keep in mind. Their skill level, personal grooming, image as it relates to the salon, their overall attitude, and their communication skills. So if they are a stylist of 20 years and they come in and they are rude during the interview, but you have somebody straight out of school and they're bubbly and they're happy to be there and they just want to learn, who would you hire? Right, because, I mean, an attitude or the way you treat people goes a long way. Payroll and employee benefits, this is like a little bit farther on down the road. So if you have enough employees and you decide to run it like you're paying them hourly or whatever, you want to make sure that you meet the payroll obligations, offer good benefits, provide employee evaluations, create and stay with your tipping policy. You can't say you want to keep all your tips and then the next week when I buy a new vehicle say I'm keeping all your credit card tips. That wouldn't be right. Put their compensation plan in writing. So if you are an employee here and you get paid $12 an hour plus your tips plus an incentive for performance, then it's something that we would have in writing and have you sign. Offer incentives and make sure that you have effective salon policies in place. Tips for managing personnel. Be honest with your employees. Expect the best out of everybody. Be a mentor, and this goes hand in hand with being a mentor. Share information. Follow the rules, be reliable, and teach everybody what you know. The front desk is the reception area. And when you have a receptionist in the salon, they're like the salon quarterback. Where we all answer the phone and stuff, we kind of all take that role. A receptionist's job is to book appointments and to keep up with the appointment book. So part of being a receptionist and part of working in a salon where you don't have a receptionist and everybody shares the load of it, you want to make sure that you have a pleasant phone voice, show interest and concern, be polite and respectful, courteous, and be tactful. For incoming calls, have a cheerful, clear greeting, answer promptly, provide the requested information, and then don't carry on a side conversation while you're on the phone with somebody else. So when you're booking by phone, know the services, products, and their costs. Know personnel's skills. You don't want to schedule somebody a Brazilian wax with me. Tara's who does those. Be fair. And if the requested stylist isn't available, suggest another time, suggest another stylist, or offer to call if they have a cancellation. Handling complaints. The first thing to do when you get a complaint is to maintain your self-control, be tactful and courteous, employee active listening. So what is active listening? Paying attention. And you don't listen and wait to speak. You listen and hear what they're saying. Have a sympathetic tone, don't interrupt, and resolve the complaint quickly and effectively. Building your business. Ways to build your business: promote. Any opportunity you get to tell somebody about, I'm Mia, I'm a cosmetology student, or I'm a cosmetologist, here's my card, I work here, I do this. Attract and hold people's attention. Referrals are the best advertising, and word of mouth. The best advertisement is having somebody go out of here after you've done their hair, or after you've done their lashes or their nails, and people say, oh my God, I love your nails, where did you get them done? Develop ads. Your annual budget for marketing should be 3% of your gross income, and then plan ahead for the holidays. We're getting ready to be swamped. Usually the week before Thanksgiving, leading up to Christmas, we are covered up. So some ways to promote your business, and this is a little outdated, but newspapers, direct mail, classifieds, emails, giveaways, window displays. Social media is big now too, like the biggest. Radio, TV, community outreach. So where we're doing, how many parades are we doing? 4?
Yes.
So we're doing 4 parades. That's going to get us out in front of everybody. And then in salon videos that promote products and services. So this is the most outdated part of that. Like I can remember going into a salon and then having a TV that just played like different ads for like Redken or like Brazilian blowout and stuff. But that's more of like in, I guess, chain salons. But we have like our milkshake stuff sitting out. Selling in the salon, it's the responsibility of the licensed professional, so it's your responsibility. A salon's success is salon success partially revolves around the sale of additional services and retail, and everybody benefits from it. The salon, you, and your clients. So in summary, what are the two most common options for going into business for yourself?
Independent contractor and independent.
So if you're going into business for yourself,
It's not, it's independent.
right, but booth rent and what? Opening your own stuff.
Opening your own store, yeah.
Okay.
No, I didn't know.
Booth rent, what are your responsibilities?
Your own supply,
Yeah,
your insurance.
yeah.
Bookkeeping. Record keeping. Advertising.
So pretty much everything, right? Your weekly or monthly booth rent, supplies, products that you use on your clients, bookkeeping, insurance. You're responsible for building and maintaining your own clientele. You're responsible for promoting yourself. What are some disadvantages of booth rent?
Being personally responsible.
If I go to work this week and I have 0 clients, on Saturday, I still have to pay the $100 or whatever my booth rent is.
Not on the payroll.
Yeah, and I mean, it's an advantage, but when it's on the other end, it's a disadvantage. Another disadvantage is having to build and maintain your own clientele. It's hard starting out, but I mean, just promote yourself and you can build a pretty decent clientele. What are 3 factors that potential salon owners should consider before opening?
Finances, clientele, employees,
Location, what services you're gonna offer, and then what market you're gonna advertise for. What are the types of salon ownership? What if you just go into business for yourself, what are you?
independent.
But what's it called?
What?
Look it up.
LLC.
Individual, yeah. So, when you are the only one, individual is also called sole proprietor. You're the owner and the manager, you determine the policy, you receive the benefits, and you bear the losses. The second kind is what?
Partnership.
And what's a partnership?
Two or more.
Two or more, okay. Alright, and what's the next one?
Corporation, like Craig Clips or the drug owner.
And a corporation, their capital is raised by issuing stock to stockholders. And it's a separate entity. And then the next kind is what?
Franchise.
What kind of information do you want included in your business plan?
Your services, your
What kind of statements?
mission,
Mission and vision statement. What else?
insurance, employee record.
Well, this is your business
Your
plan, it's
business
before
plan.
you open the business.
Your layout.
Yeah. You wanna put in there how you're gonna fund your business. Why should you keep records?
In case your client has an allergy, to keep it with their personal preferences. To what you put on their hair mask.
And then what other kind of records do you keep? Payment. It's for your tax purposes, yeah, but you wanna keep, like, you wanna keep record of all of your purchases, all of your bills you pay for your salon, all your utilities for your taxes. So keep records on your clients, what products you use on them, and what kind of haircuts you did. Even like if you do a men's cut, you can put in the notes 2 on the sides and back, and then an inch on top. So you know to leave his hair an inch on top, and he does a 2 all around. If your clients have any allergies, to keep track of their colors they use. Oh, and to keep track of what products you used on them. I don't know how many times, because I will buy stuff if I see it at Cosmo that's new and I want to try it, and I'll use it on somebody, and the next time they'll say, time before last when you did my hair, I like the way this smelled, and I won't remember what. Yeah. So it's good to keep track of that. Did y'all have any questions?